things up. There we go. That's better.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hi, this is Devin Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here, the line fades to nothing at all.
This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
It's Friday night in quarantine. You know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. Episode 171. Only, 98, 99 more episodes. I am Phil. Joining me as always, he who will brave the corona tomorrow for more mustache wax. It is
Charlie, the Professor.
And coming to you live from Florida, the bride of Jughead. It is.
Hey y'all, it's Lil Hellfire. It's Friday, so you know what that means.
Woohoo!
Sip, sip.
Gimme. And that's just the soda, guys. Just so you know, it's just hard soda.
There you go.
Oh, it's hard soda. Okay.
Exactly. Like everything else in my life. There you go.
There you go.
All right. So, hey guys, did you hear? Ben Affleck's getting work again.
Yeah, well, because he was beloved as Batman. So, how can you turn your back?
False narrative. Take that to Fox News. Thank you.
Look, okay, the reality is there was enough.
It's the Snyder Cut that's making all those guys hot again. And it's like, bro, wait until we see the Snyder Cut before we make decisions. This is DC's problem.
Well, and because someone had actually mentioned online that, quit teasing us, just release the Snyder Cut already. And it's like, they can't.
They're not done.
Because there was never a Snyder Cut. There was a Snyder shooting script.
Yeah, it was the working film stuff that they have to edit into it. Like I said.
Yeah, there were scenes that were shot based on what his shooting script was. Yep. And then, now he's
Jason Momoa lied to you. Okay, guys? He lied to you.
Well, he basically what it is Jason Momoa liked the Jason Momoa scenes. That's really what he was saying. Is I'm great in it.
No, he said that there was a Snyder Cut and he saw it. What he saw was the scenes that he filmed.
Yeah, we know what he saw.
Yeah, he saw what he wanted to see. But that's the thing is like if you're in a movie and you know that there was a great scene that you wanted to see that didn't make the cut, and then you see that someone has that scene that he wants to use, they're like, yeah, I saw it. It's great because it has my scene in it. So
I wonder if all the Ray Fisher scenes are gonna go missing.
Well, it is what it is.
We'll see.
Whoa. The big story now is that they're going to be using Flash to introduce the multiverse. Only a few years.
Too little, too late.
What the
hell? Already. Although after the TV show already did it, and
it didn't do it very well, so people are clamoring for something done well. But DC doing a good Flashpoint is like Marvel Fox doing a good Dark Phoenix story. Ain't gonna freaking happen.
And so Ray, we're not getting one, but two. Batman. Yeah.
Well, we're actually supposed to be getting I think a couple in it, and the idea is that, and this is the thing, I am certain because someone had mentioned, I sure hope they do that scene they did with TV's Barry Allen, but have it from the reverse perspective. It's like, well, obviously that's why they shot that scene. That scene exists expressly because they're going to have that scene in the movie. And that's going to be how they're breaking into all these other universes and yada, yada, yada. Flash of 6 worlds. So, we're going to get something along those lines. And we're going to get, this Flash trying to get to a universe that he likes. And maybe he's going to end up in the Bat-Pat universe. In fact, it would not shock me if he winds up at the end in the Bat-Pat universe. It's like, oh wow, now I'm like a contemporary with Batman. But wait, why is Superman here already? What is this? A whole new universe? Oh my goodness, how did that happen?
A couple of bowls down the gulp.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, I mean, look, the Snyder cut has weight, and so they're making they're running a lot of checks against it right now, which I think is probably a mistake.
Absolutely a mistake. But what
Because
do I know?
You're rushing to build out something before you know
That everybody already hated anyway. Just because you polish a turd, guess what? It's still a turd, guys.
But the thing is, it's the same problem DC keeps on having, which is that they're trying to build before knowing they have a foundation.
They're trying to build a basement in Florida. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's not like DC doesn't have a foundation to build on. It's not like they couldn't build a universe.
But they're building in quicksand, my friend.
Well, yeah. Well, because apparently they're not looking where the bedrock is. You got to find the bedrock first,
Dabba-dabba-doo.
And if you don't find the bedrock, you shouldn't start building on that. Or at least you should pour a lot of concrete down. You can build on sand, but just make sure there's concrete underneath it. And like a good 10, 20 feet of it. Because that's what you need. You need it if you don't have bedrock, you need artificial bedrock.
They don't have either. And we're done talking about DC. Snyder Cut, we'll see what happens. Call me in 2021 and tell me I was right.
Hopefully we all make it to 2020.
But DC is just winning these days, Lilith. I mean, why do you think tomorrow's fandom has now been chopped into two halves, tomorrow and
Sunday? Well, it should have always been two, and they should have postponed it. It's not like it's live people speaking. It's pre-recorded.
So what
exactly? They paid for the commercials. So.
Oh my Lord! I'm telling you, every commercial break, I was seeing that commercial.
Okay, again, is this like an online thing?
Yeah,
it's DC's answer to E3.
It's their online Comic-Con, but it's all DC. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a bunch of pre-recorded panels and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just
they're YouTube. Terrible. Everything.
It's a bunch of YouTube videos and maybe some interactive stuff. Is this what they're replacing DCU with? Is they're gonna have
Charlie? DCU, the DC universe is now HBO Max. Hashtag deal with that.
It's DC's. I mean, yeah, it's DC's cheap version of what's that Disney's
E3, right?
D23 or whatever.
E3 is an actual convention.
Well, so because of Corona,
it would have been a convention had COVID not happened.
A virtual convention.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think those are kind of
like these are the panels.
I don't think those really work.
These are probably the panels they would have had at Comic-Con, but they're just
Comic-Con didn't even do good. I don't think even they didn't crack 100,000 views on a lot of those videos. So nobody's really interested.
You want to do
virtual
that kind of thing. You got to. That's got to be like a grassroots kind of like a bunch of friends get together on Facebook.
Again, Charlie, we're talking about DC making terrible decisions. I mean, they might as well just change their logo to Tony Stark when he was drinking, because that's what it feels like. Nothing but one bad life decision after another.
They you know what they need? They need drunken Superman from Superman 3. There you go.
Yikes. Red kryptonite. That's what's going on. Somebody got infected with red kryptonite, and they're doing whatever they damn well please, despite the consequences.
That's why they're bombarding us with commercials. They're like, here, come watch our marathon, so we'll stop bombarding you with these commercials.
Yeah, honestly, the entire and this is really about the riff at or the reduction in force at DC, which again, as Phil has said many times, very poorly timed.
I know. Instead of the week before their big event, why wouldn't you at least wait until at least a week after?
Yeah, well,
the tea that was spilled was so hot that they had initially not done gag orders, but it got so bad they had to issue gag orders. And if you didn't follow the gag order, you're not going to get that professional career help that you're going to need in this market.
The whole thing is, it just, first, I mean, maybe DC was talent heavy. I don't know.
I don't
Although,
think
like I said, I
Marvel,
don't think they. I think they sell books. Are they losing money?
I mean,
They're not up to AT&T standard, but AT&T doesn't know what they're doing. Period. I mean, they didn't. This is the same thing that happened with DirecTV 10 years ago. That's why I was very like, oh God, AT&T just bought Warner Media. This is bad. It's literally the same thing as DirecTV, but it's just that because it's like more pop culture, that all the tea got spilled.
Because I was going to say, was I blind, or I thought DC was doing at least as well as Marvel? I thought.
I don't think it's performing as well as AT&T had hoped when they purchased everything, but they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. Period. Because why get rid of DirecTV? It was a mistake. Hashtag fight me. I don't care.
What, they got rid of DirecTV? They don't own that anymore?
They own it, but they downsized it terribly, and it's an awful service now.
Oh, okay.
Whatever form that it exists in now.
Branding it because I think
that turned into that box service that they have or something like that.
That's ATT TV. That's what I have, which doesn't have the CW on it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Where's your synergy?
Maybe because I had it before. Because I was going to say I have regular DirecTV, and CW's on there. So
yeah. So it's a weird thing. Like AT&T is not a good company.
Yeah, well, I mean,
regular, and that's the thing is ATT TV is an over-the-internet provider.
Okay.
DirecTV is a satellite provider and is bound by certain rules about what it has to show. It has to have the whole content.
The main network, because technically it is a broadcast station.
Yeah, I got a dish on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah. So whereas if you're getting it over the internet, it's no rules, man.
It's fast and loose in the Wild West.
And
well, too, I think I'm paying at least a couple bucks a month for all the local stations. So I don't know if that
the local they have to have that local station package.
So besides my NBC, ABC, and CBS, they got to give me the CW and
yeah, but that's your basic package.
Yeah,
so your basic package will always have that, and they can charge you as a separate breakout in case they ever don't have that mandate.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say we can save you $12 a month, and you're going to lose, MeTV and Decades and all the ones that are broadcast.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that I just find it kind of silly that they didn't make room on their palette for their own network.
They're
but you have to remember that is a co-joint venture with CBS, and honestly, I feel like they should buy out CBS because none of the CBS shows perform well on the CW. So it's this weird thing that I've just noticed as somebody who's literally watched CW since the day that it launched and was a fan of UPN and what was the other one?
Well, CBS. I mean CBS.
Yeah, WB.
Since Big Bang Theory left the air, what does CBS even have now?
Oh, you know what though? I will say, if I wasn't such a cheapskate and so dead set against CBS All Access, CBS All Access has a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
They have a lot of dramas. If you like dramas, especially women dramas, like women like killing
like
people,
the Good
dramas,
Fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, women killing people dramas. They're very big on.
They have NCIS, which is still huge, and they have that whole franchise, which is like 3 shows or 4 or whatever it is. They have Criminal Minds, which can never get a successful spinoff. Don't get me started.
It's gory Law and Order. It's is NCIS
procedural.
Well, no, but they focus a lot in on the gore and the body horror on that show, which is why my wife doesn't watch it. She does not like gore and body.
I haven't watched in like literally 6 years, so I wouldn't know. But I thought it was a lot better in the initial years.
I don't know. I've actually not seen it in years, so they may have completely retooled it.
It's been a while since Ziva left and before she came back. That's the last time that I watched NCIS.
Yeah, so I mean, I liked it because I love a big nerdy drama, especially when
I love Abby, but like I can't even watch it now because he's a lech, he's a creep, he's a jerk. So
wait, who now?
Gibbs is a jerk. The real life actor's a jerk. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know who Gibbs is, but I guess he's on one of the shows. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I try not to get too attached to actors. I like Dick Wolf.
Except for Keanu Reeves. I'll be devastated. Not gonna lie. If it comes out that Keanu Reeves is a creep, he's been my crush since I was like 10.
If I recall correctly, or was that River? I can't remember. Was it River Phoenix or maybe it was Keanu Reeves too? It was like raised in like a weird free love nudist colony. He had all.
No, that was definitely River Phoenix, but
Yeah,
he
that
is a very chill surfer dude at heart in
Yeah.
real life. So,
But I think he got all of. I think he's just actually just a normal, decent human being who
it's
cares.
so hard to believe because it's Hollywood. So you're just waiting for that shoe to drop now, especially in 2020.
Yeah, except
2020 has taken so much away from me. I'm just waiting for that one thing.
nah, Keanu's
been around so long.
Everybody's always talking about a Keanu Renaissance, but can we talk about the fact that he never left the building? Like,
yeah. Well, it's Keanu. He has been.
I think if he had
I guess for the guys he did, he went off and did a lot of like romantic rom-coms, which is probably why I feel like he never left the building. But for guys, he probably did leave the building.
You know what it is? Is he's kind of like Eddie Murphy, where if you followed his career, you realize Eddie Murphy never had it down. But every time Eddie Murphy does a movie, it's like it's Eddie Murphy's comeback. It's like Eddie Murphy's
you jerks.
Yeah, it's like Murphy's always been here.
You might not like Norbert, but Norbert made money. I'll let you guys know.
And then Eddie Murphy made so much money, he would take like years off at a time.
He has a bowling alley in his house.
Good.
A bowling, like a full-size bowling alley in his house. He got money.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that he has a bowling alley. That tells me a lot about him as a person. It is actually the one thing I dislike about Obama is that he removed the bowling alley from the White House and put in a basketball court. And I get he plays basketball.
Basketball is more athletic and more encouraging as the facade they wanted to put up for that. So
I know.
Bowling is hot dogs and beer kind of sport.
I just felt like it's the one good thing that Richard Nixon ever did is he put a bowling alley in the White House.
That's why Trump won't hang his portrait. Who knows?
It's entirely possible,
Hashtag petty.
See, if he really wanted to be petty, he would have put the bowling alley back, but that would have been honoring Nixon, not himself, so he couldn't do that.
Let's all be clear. I'm pretty sure he's a fan of Nixon, and he just can't say it because it's not a cool thing to be a fan of Nixon.
No, lots of people are fans of Nixon. Nixon is one of these guys who has been
click the tricky dicky button, bro. Come on, there we go.
Yeah, no, Nixon is one of these guys that if you read political lit, there's a lot of.
I love Nixon as a historical concept, and why a lot of dystopian things spin out from when he was president. Included.
Hey, he. Here's what I'll say about Nixon. Nixon is a guy who could sense political winds and did things against what his ideals were, expressly because he knew it would be popular and help him secure his power base. That is
until it didn't.
because eventually, you can't sell the Vietnam War. You can't sell an endless war for no reason.
No matter how many people you politically and physically assassinate, no, you cannot sell the Vietnam War.
It was very difficult, and and it was an inherited problem too. But that's the basic.
Sometimes you don't have to double down, which is something Republicans just haven't learned ever. So.
Well, when it comes to war, it's always this issue, but war is hard. I don't.
Well, it's good for them though. You shouldn't change horses midstream and all.
Well, because they don't want to. Up until George W. Bush, there were no wars that were started under Republican regimes, with the exception of the Civil War, which was technically started by the South, which was a Democratic regime. So that was one thing the Republicans could always say was, "We've never started a war. We've had to deal with a lot of wars.
You never finished one well either, so
that's true too." It's like
poor Philip just wants to talk about pop culture, and look at the two drunks of us. Look at us.
Yeah, I know. What can I say?
Philip, what do you want to talk about?
I want to say you are nerds, but you get drunk and you start talking about Nixon and the Civil War.
This is like behind the scenes of what happens when Capes and Lunatics gets together.
I know. Let me tell you about the Republicans.
Sumter. The South shot first. This is documented. We know it. It was the war of Southern aggression. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Okay, Phil, what do you want to talk about?
Thank you, Mommy. I had a question for you, Lil Hellfire, because you had a very violent reaction when I shared the link that I guess they're reprinting a bunch of old U.S. Agent comics, many of which we covered on Comic Capers. Scroll over there.
I'll freaking die if that's why I become famous, is that people discover our U.S. agent chat. If anybody's going to be famous from those, though, let's be honest, it's going to be Charlie. He has some great crack theories that might not be crack theories at all. They're very sound.
You know, I do not hate the U.S. agent. I've actually always liked the U.S. agent. I mean, of course, I didn't see him like burning down the international student house because I actually got into U.S. agent. I actually got into him after he was U.S. agent. So I was like, oh wow, okay, I didn't know he was burning crosses. That changes his story considerably. That is like a weird thing with him, quite frankly. That it's like, oh yeah, that's where he got started. Greenwald just leaned right into that, nice Southern boy trope.
Just a good old boy.
Yeah, except he was meaning a lot of harm. Yeah, well, but then again, he was being funded by a Nazi, so that's like
exactly. So it all comes together.
It's like literally a Nazi is putting forward the U.S. agent, but since then, I feel that U.S. agent has had a lot of redemptive arcs thrown at him that he has been tried to duck a lot too. So
and the news, he's coming on Falcon and Winter Soldier and getting
Free Vagabond, justice for Vagabond.
I hope so. Oh, it would be. I want justice for freaking Nomad, man.
Can we get a little D-Man in there too? Since Coulson might be going away, we might not see him. D-Man's a perfect replacement for me. So just gonna throw that out there into the atmosphere.
I don't think anyone we saw in S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone. I'm sorry, and literally nothing we've seen yet suggests that Nick Fury is still the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is my firm belief Nick Fury came back, and Max said, "Yeah, I see you're back, Mr. Fury. I'm director now."
Yeah.
You left, and I'm not going to.
Or we can get Kobe Smothers for the Black Widow. Well, whenever she hands the Black Widow, Scarlet hands that Black Widow title over. That would be interesting to see that dynamic.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting whatever we get in the next Black Widow film. But no, I do feel we're going to see Mac again, and I think it is going to be, as I've said, it's going to be like when Avery Brooks punched Q. It's going to be, when Cisco punched John Delancey. It's going to be just this idea that, yeah, you know what, the other guy, he had this hard on for superheroes and was willing to tolerate your nonsense. Although technically, I do have a literal hard on for a superhero. Not all of them. I'm selective.
Talk about your fanboy.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But
no, I like that because I realized when I was doing the Enough Said podcast that the last episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does fall between Infinity War and Endgame. So everything that's going on, it's all happening in that half-person universe, which also shows that a lot of people sort of overthought the whole half-person universe, suggesting that a lot of people really did just get on with their lives and didn't just like, oh, half the population is gone. It's like, yeah, but I still got work in the morning, man. My job's still here, so I got to get to work. So thanks, but national tragedy, yes.
Oh, but no, I brought up U.S. Agent because I wanted to give Lilith a Sophie's choice. Lilith, if you had a choice, let's say maybe that only to read about one character for the rest of your life, you have to pick one. U.S. Agent or...
Don't say Nate Gray.
No.
Okay.
Jean-Paul Valley, Azrael.
Oh! Oh! Jean-Paul Valley, sorry.
Oh!
That's how much, if you've been following Nightfall Saga, that's how bad I don't like U.S. Agents.
And you know who likes our...
I don't like, you know what? This is the thing, that whole point in the 90s where everybody was like getting rid of major characters and bringing in replacement characters, I don't like those replacement characters. Despite you may hear a drop that says I love Ben Reilly, false facts, bro. False facts.
I don't know. The tape doesn't lie.
Out of context drop was taken out of context.
I love Ben Reilly.
Yes.
So you don't love Peter either?
I'm here for Peter. Well, that's a whole nother story, fella.
Or Dick?
I'm here for Dick.
Yes. Ben needs a phallic-centric name, and maybe I'd love him a little more.
I'm here for that.
Like the penis.
It's a medical term. Deal with it.
But yeah. What were we talking about?
Oh, but Lilith, I did get a compliment. Someone does like our Nightfall coverage. DJ Nick.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, we got 2 more years of it, so enjoy it, buddy.
What are you 2 years? I don't know if it lasts that long.
Yeah.
But
they are pushing a U.S. agent to on us right now because they also have the new U.S. agent series coming.
Yeah,
because it's actually the reprints of the comics are to get you up to speed for the new U.S. agent series.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't see them making it to 6 issues. Hashtag fight me.
Well, I think it's only a mini-series anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a mini-series. Although I do want to know, like, if they're going to address the whole him becoming the new Scourge thing, because that was like in Ta-Nehisi Coates' run where they had him say even the catchphrase, which again is interesting, especially when you go to that first U.S. agent arc and he's dealing with the Scourge and he's dealing with the Angel and Vagabond is the new Scourge. So I don't know, man. It's an interesting choice that Ta-Nehisi did, and I wonder if we're going to get a callback in that when we get to the U.S. agent series.
Unless he was setting it up for somebody, or I forget who's writing that U.S. agent series. But yeah, and then we're getting U.S. agent and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Well, we're getting John Walker anyway.
We're getting John Walker, and we know he's being the U.S. agent because they've shown him running down.
First he's dressed as Cap, though.
Well, yeah. Well, so yeah, he's the new Captain America. So yes, he's not the U.S. agent. He's the new Captain America, and then it's a whole thing about the Shield and who owns the Shield. It's like, well, technically, Howard Stark made that shield with a grant from the U.S. government. He couldn't have gotten that vibranium. That's an interesting question. I do wonder if it's Wakandan vibranium or Antarctic vibranium. Although it is arguable that vibranium exists all around the world, it's just that the big deposits of it are in Antarctica and Wakanda. I thought somewhere
in the MCU, I thought they said that the vibranium for his shield did actually come from Wakanda. So,
I mean, it's possible. I don't know if that's ever been confirmed. I know that when in a later story, when he first fights not the first Black Panther, but T'Challa's father, there's a whole thing about how this shield has vibranium, and vibranium is Wakandan. Yeah. This is stolen property from us. But that does not necessarily mean it was, because vibranium might exist outside of Wakanda.
And doesn't Antarctic vibranium melt other metals or something?
Well, so does that actually is a trait that is in Wakandan vibranium too. They just don't deal with that very much. There's a thing that vibranium, because it will vibrate the metals, it's a whole thing. But yes, they both melt metals. They both have the same qualities, but there is a thing that they also have equal and opposite properties too, so that Antarctic vibranium and Wakandan vibranium, when they're brought together, would explode. But I think they've not really ever dealt with that, because obviously if you could have a powerful sustained source of energy from the merging of vibranium atoms, that would be a game changer. But
you get a vibrating hand, and you get a vibrating hand.
Yeah. Although, again, that gets weird when you get to the whole... It's like, I get the feeling people forget that there's a mound of vibranium in the Savage Land, because although I know that Cody are in the Savage Land, I can't believe that Kazar and the Dino Men are somehow better at defending the vibranium than the Wakandans. The Wakandans are having this big fight. It's like, well, why don't we just go get that other vibranium?
Giant trained dinosaurs.
No, just send one guy. Just send one guy to get the vibranium in Antarctica, because it's only Kazar. Kazar won't stop us.
Got a T-Rex will bite your face off.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, no, the Cuddy don't fear the T-Rex. They fear the Brontosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
Gigantic monsters that eat plants. See, that would be a great... I haven't been reading... Is that the Savage Avengers, or is that just the Avengers Empire where they're in Savage Land?
I've been reading it, but I'm thinking that's Empire Avengers or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got to think that, man, that would be a great scene. It's sort of like what they did in X-Men Empire, where they really kind of lean into kind of the weirdness of being attacked by plant people. And just the idea of maybe these things just being terrified of the Triceratops, and they have this beast and it eats only plants, and just have these just savage Triceratopses pounding on these plant people and devouring them. That would be hilarious. And also a great story, because it's obviously true. Just these brontosauruses going, like that T-Rex at the end of Jurassic Park just biting the Velociraptor, but instead it's like the brontosaurus just swallowing the plant people whole. Because they're plant people, they don't have souls. we can enjoy their deaths in that way. That's why we don't worry about the X-Men dying.
Oh, yeah, they're all clones.
They're
impossible clones.
Oh, remind me to say. Oh, we'll get the X-Men, but did you see? There's two. Well, I saw one a couple of days ago, and then one just now. Two new castings for The Boys season 2, I guess. First, Lilith's boy from Supernatural.
Oh, you mean season 3?
Oh, is it season 3?
Yes, it's already greenlit for season 3, man. They know where there's money, and there's money in dysfunctional superheroes.
So what? Jensen Ackles and
yeah, he's gonna be Soldier Boy.
Oh,
Soldier Boy. Oh man.
Oh, you don't have the drop. Crank that. Oh, never mind. Y'all probably never mind. Wrong demo. My fault. Wrong demo.
We don't got enough money for that.
That's interesting. That means they're actually going to introduce the alternate heroes, the heroes that were not Vite. And Soldier Boy has kind of a tragic story, but it was interesting because they're actually the guy that's founded by the Tony Stark elite character. The guy who's he's not Vite, he's Voight or whatever it's called. He's his own thing, and he becomes the Tin Man, sort of like Iron Man. But the idea is that they actually form the Avengers, and and each one is a parallel to an Avenger, and they actually are idealists and want to be heroes. But Soldier Boy wants to also, serve his country as best he can, and oh god, it gets dark with Soldier Boy's story. Actually, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm sorry that he has to play Soldier Boy, but I'm glad that he's in it.
He's a very emotive actor, so I'm so here for it. I'm so happy that he already has life after Supernatural, because Jared Padalecki got the reboot of Texas Walker Ranger, which is just called Walker, which I loved as a kid. I watched with my grandparents, so I have a special place in my heart, even though it is Chuck Norris' show.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I find it interesting, and I guess
it's a CBS show, so it's only going to have 2 seasons. But
yeah, I guess it's kind of like the idea of rebooting Magnum. It's like Magnum without Tom Selleck. Is that really Magnum?
But Chuck Norris is such a toxic brand now, and Jared Padalecki does have a very built-in fan base. I mean, this is a fan base that made a show go for 15 years. 10 years after the actual original creator was like, "I'm out, deuces." So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I've got nothing against Walker Texas Stranger as a show. Cheech Marin was on that too, wasn't he?
Doesn't Cheech Marin go on every show eventually? I know he was on Judging Amy because he hooked up with her mom in the show.
Yeah, Cheech Marin the last season. Work. He actually, Cheech Marin, really likes to expand himself as an actor. He's a really dedicated actor and a very consummate professional as an actor. He also does not like being typecast as...
He was on what's that Don Johnson show? Nash?
He was Nash Bridges, yeah. I know that because that's currently on the Old People Network. So
CBS,
I watch it a lot.
Oh,
no matter what CBS does, it demos old. They tried to have Dexter reruns in the summer, a couple of summers in a row, and that didn't help.
No, CBS is.
You own Showtime. We get it, bro.
Heroes and Icons is the Old People's Network.
I don't watch terrestrial TV.
broadcast
So
TV. I know that's fine. But no, Heroes
I
and
have no
Icons.
clue about those.
It's old people networks means they show shows that old people like, which has a lot of as it turns out is a lot of action and adventure shows. Old people like that.
Lilith isn't touching anything with a commercial in it.
Thank you.
I know.
Let me know when Me TV comes without a package without commercials. I'll buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably can buy all of the shows that are on MeTV.
You'll buy the free channel just so it doesn't have commercials.
The only one you can't do is Svengoolie. So if you want to watch Svengoolie, he always comes with commercials because he doesn't. He's not in the market that Elvira is, where she just sells Elvira videos. Although, who knows? I've never been to a convention. You might be able, if you at a convention where Svengoolie's at, you might be able to buy Svengoolie.
If you've ever been to one of those kind of cons, yeah, there's a lot of bootleg market going on.
Oh, no. But I mean, like, actually, I should probably go. I've never seen it. I mean, he wouldn't be able to sell it on the MeTV store, I don't think. DVDs of him just doing his shtick in the movies without commercials. But, or I guess Blu-rays now we call them. But yeah, so it's a thing. It's all. Yeah, people got mad at me once because I pointed out that the reason why Elvira was a bigger star was because she was the host in California, and Svengoolie was the host in Chicago. And California had the bigger media market, even though Chicago is very big. It didn't have any
big in radio.
Yeah, well, the problem with Chicago is it's not a media creation center.
Exactly.
So when people who were creating media were looking for who's the horror show host in our area, it was Elvira. And so she got to get catapulted where poor Svengoolie is, though the biggest of the local hosts, and really probably still working as much or more as Cassandra Peterson. Although clearly Cassandra Peterson has a better deal than whatever it is that Svengoolie signed for staying youthful forever.
Chicago's in a big media creation center.
Well, no, it's a big radio place, and that's why a lot of like WGN. Well,
and no, I'm sorry, Chicago is not a big media creation.
It's not like New York, where it has a good like improv place, like couple of
it's great
areas,
for artists.
but it's not like LA or New York or Toronto or Vancouver.
But
I don't even think any of the shows about Chicago are actually shot in Chicago.
Yes, no. Chicago's a great. Don't get me wrong about Chicago. I'm just saying, as a media market, it's number 3 for a reason. And it's Detroit's a big media market too, but it's not.
Again, music,
Gatsby
radio.
isn't doing as well as Elvira either. So
Early.
Hey, I know you're from Chicago, Rob. It doesn't matter.
We're canceled. Nobody tell Rob.
You know what? I'm sorry. If the truth hurts, let it hurt. That's what I say.
Please kick me in the pants.
If you
With pleasure, sir.
But
you're welcome, Philip.
I'm going into that block. I'm going into that block party tomorrow, fully loaded.
Please kick me in the pants.
And I love Chicago. Just to get that out of the way, I do love Chicago, and I actually watched Svengoolie back when I was a kid. It was lovely. But the fact of the matter is that as far as becoming iconic, it's harder when you're in the Midwest than if you're on either of the coasts, and specifically not even the coast, either the eastern Northeast, specifically New York City, or the Southwest, specifically LA. I think LA's Southwest, but anyway.
Midwest, that's at Charlie Esser.
Hey, I'm from the Midwest. I'm allowed.
I know.
And honestly, no, you can call people out about the reality. Like I said, if it's the truth and it hurts, I'm sorry. But unless you're going to say it's not the truth, what do you want from me? And sometimes, freaking Toronto is not a media hub,
Yeah.
It's great. I love Toronto. Toronto makes great art, but, it's not art. It's not something that's going to be worldwide from Toronto unless it gets very lucky and is incredibly good. And, not
Tiff
everything.
would like to have a word with you.
Who?
I don't know what's
Tiff, the Toronto International Film Festival.
Okay, well, lots of cities have film festivals.
What did you say?
I said lots of cities have film festivals. I'm sure even Melbourne has one.
Oh, was
and
that a
you know
burn?
what?
Was that a read? Was that spilled
It
tea?
was.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. When you say you've been to cons, that has a certain cachet. When you say you were highlighted at Melbourne,
Yeah, that means you don't have any taste, and you just wanted to be in the south of France with a bunch of nude people on a beach.
well, or whatever. And quite frankly, where do people who like to sell movies go? To the place with nude people on the beach. I mean, come on. It's basic.
I have never agreed with a con pick at all. Period. It's like the Golden Globes of movie festivals. Hashtag fight me.
Probably.
Hashtag
Honestly,
fight me.
hey,
I
I
don't
like
care.
drama dance myself, but not everyone is an aficionado of great art. That's
Especially
my
not
take.
the French. Hashtag fight me.
Well, no, I mean,
not modern French culture. Oh no, it's
oh
awful.
man, that reminds me. It was like just a few days ago, several years ago, or 3 years ago that, or maybe a little more than 3 years ago that Jerry Lewis died. Because
Are we having I must have a Mandela effect.
Wait,
no, he's dead. He's definitely dead.
Okay.
No, it just came up in my memories on Facebook. It's like, and it's like just me just speaking well of Jerry Lewis because
Hey, lady, he died.
Hey, lady, it's
lady.
How do you think Charlie remembers anything? His Facebook memories.
Well, me too.
He's digitized all his memories.
I have allowed Mark Zuckerberg to take care of that, and I trust him on it.
Terrible decision, really, just awful.
Probably. But you know what? I'm just saying it worked for that guy from 1984, and I'm forgetting his name, Winston. It worked for Winston, so
he's one step closer to digitizing his consciousness and uploading it to a satellite and geosynchronous.
Princess beware! Here comes the beer. Or
I do not want to be Chaz Hedrum. Although honestly,
dude, I'm here for the freaking. I'm here to be a cyborg. I don't care.
Oh my lord! I want Lilith to be Skynet. We'll never have a commercial again.
Well, only because she'll blow everything up. But yeah.
No, she. Oh my lord! It'll be like 24-hour, like RT and Supernatural on TV.
I would only do the first 5 seasons of Supernatural, maybe 6 and 7.
See,
I would curate all the best of things that I like. I wouldn't make you sit through terribleness, but y'all will watch season of 8 of Doctor Who. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Season 8. Who was that?
Season 8, New Who, not. Yeah.
Oh, the New Who. Which one was that? Was that Tennant or?
No, that Tennant is 10. That's how you remember it. Eccleston is 9.
Okay, Eccleston is not. Oh, so
it was basically like a mini series. He didn't last long. It's okay that you don't.
Oh, you mean what's it? McGowan? The guy after the best Doctor Who, Sylvester.
Paul McGain.
Paul McGain, yes. No, Sylvester McCoy. That's a Doctor Who.
That's old Who. See, I'm a hooligan. Like, I've seen some of the old Who, but you literally can't see every old Who.
Yeah,
so it's like I'm not even going to send myself down that completionist task because they literally lost the video. That is the most British thing.
I'm glad that they brought McGann into the canon. But, first off, there's not a lot of canon there. It was like, it's
very little.
It was like a mini series, like I said. It was at most 4 episodes. I think it even got like crammed into 2 hours.
But honestly, that's if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have had New Who the way that we had it. So
well, that's true.
People forget him. So I was like,
as
a Who fan, I have to like throw him out there.
I mean, part of me also kind of see. I mean, I'm also glad that they brought the what is it? It was Peter Cushing, Doctor Who's in. Where they said actually that was the movie based on the life of Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's actually also canon too. They said yes, I loaned him my jacket. I was a technical advisor on those films, so it's all good. It's all good. But no, Sylvester McCoy, that was a guy who to me embodied. First off, he's an older, funny-looking British man. And I like that he's funny looking, like Rowan Atkinson. Rowan Atkinson is the who we're all sleeping on. But
don't skip 9. That's all that I, as a hooligan,
okay.
don't skip 9.
See, to me, he's too dang good looking to be a Doctor Who. Doesn't even have funny hair. He's got a shaved head. That's too good looking, you know. You shave your head, you just go up 10 attractiveness points. Everyone knows that.
Oh, now we see why you do it, Charlie. You do it for the likes on your pictures. I see.
Because I'm so beautiful like this. That's the thing. I would love, you know what I would really love? I would love a Who with facial hair. That'd be great.
I'm just waiting on my ginger. Y'all know I'm waiting on my ginger.
You see, but because they know he wants it, they're never going to do it.
I know.
That'll
be the very last season when they say we're never doing Who again. Make them a ginger.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, make them a ginger with big boobs. It's out there now.
I mean, it's fine. I got big boobs, so why not? I support the big
Suck
boob
it, Coda.
Oh, I didn't load the. Oh, I have him saying "suck it, Lil," and I didn't load it.
So, Philip, I'm assuming you did want to talk about comic books and not just listen to drunk Charlie and Lilith blather on about our old people hobbies.
Phil's Comics Corner.
Yes. Especially since I've never seen Doctor Who. Anyway.
Okay, don't ask me about DC and don't ask me about Marvel.
How have you?
All right, good night, everyone.
So let's talk about A Man Among Ye, the book written specifically for Lilith Hellfire. There's even a ginger on the cover.
A pirate ginger.
Do you know how many issues it's going to be? Is this an ongoing or just a miniseries?
Ongoing, as far as I know. There's no limit that they've said.
Okay.
You know, come on, Lilith. You've had a month to pick up issue 1. You could have picked up issue 2. It's about pirates in Florida, Lilith.
I know.
It's autobiography.
Be complaining about DC this whole month, but you know what? I'm gonna be here for all caught up for issue 3. Mark my words. You can count on
it. A Man Among Ye is, and it continues to be phenomenal. And it's like, here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Mark my words.
I give Alan Moore a hard time.
No,
I do. And I've always felt that his obsession with pirate comics, like, why would pirate comics be the thing when superheroes were real? First, I would imagine that superhero comics would still be a thing because it's like cops are real and we have cop shows. So why wouldn't you have superheroes?
Yeah, but it's the idealized version of what cops should be.
Well,
or not be.
Well, exactly. Well, or however, and that's what comic books are too. But no, A Man Among Ye, it which is, as they say in every movie, based on a true story.
Well, we were Tampa Bay specifically was founded by pirates, so
Yeah, and it is very interesting how they weave the story together. The Mary Reads, I'm super trepidatious about it. I will be honest. Because Mary Read at the start of this is supposed to be very young, and there was talk that, and I don't think they're going to go that route. I don't think they're going to go the uncomfortable route with this, with the relationship between Mary and Bonnie, especially since Jack Calico is still in the picture. It's cool. There's about to be a mutiny on the ship. We get a little cameo of the Pirate King, who's a guy I guess we're supposed to know. I think it's Nathan Vane. Charles Vane, the Pirate King. He's about to be hung as well, and he's like, you can't hang a pirate because how do you hang an idea? That kind of thing. And piracy is freedom, yada yada yada. This is like I said,
the invention of quote unquote not modern day pirate, but piracy and how it was legal and how, it's a very interesting, fascinating phenomenon, honestly, about how pirates came to be.
Piracy is amazing, especially when you realize that. Oh yeah, and also
people can get tried in The Hague for it still to this day.
Oh yeah, but when you consider the idea of major corporations, trafficking in people, exploiting people, and the pirates were the one people that were saying, you know what, I want some of your money at least, and it's like this tale. It's like
I agree.
For what it's worth, it's the tale that people tell about their gangster ancestors. It's like, look, it was
bootleggers, yeah.
System. It was an unfair system. and there were people oppressing us and hating on us, and they had the money and we didn't, and we said, you know what? But sticks and stones may break your bones. I got a stick and I got a stone, so let's go break some bones. And I stole that from Bosom Buddies, by the way.
Talk about your Meat TV.
No, that's actually on Decades.
Wow, I haven't heard that reference in literally 20 years.
Well, Bosom Buddies, it's a classic. It's got that guy Tom Hanks and the amazing Peter Scolari.
That Tom Hanks, who never made nothing of himself.
He's done some.
Well, he certainly didn't raise a very good son, but that's a whole nother thing.
Hey, I'm not going to judge any parent. Kids are hard. Okay, it's not like there's a book or something about that, or a book that actually gives you the answers. There's like 20 books, and they all say 20 different things. But like, there's a whole thing here where like this handsome bald man, who's actually evil. He's deceptively handsome. I know. That's how they get you. They have all the deceptively handsome people being secretly evil, and he poisons Bonnie because he gets her in a drinking contest and then poisons her drink, and then Mary saves her by getting her to regurgitate the poison.
Pirates, Florida drinking contest. Yeah, Lilith, you should be breeding.
I literally just downloaded it on Comixology. Calm your boobs, people.
And then literally, the bad guy Biff. The bad guy's name is Biff. Biff goes to start the mutiny against Jack Calico.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
And then Mary and Bonnie go to steal a skiff, only to find that another group of pirates, lady pirates, have already stolen the ship. Yeah, I mean, it's lady pirates.
Honestly, in the time of monarchy, pirate ships were democratic. So I totally get the allure and the appeal of pirates. I do.
And it's great, and just like fantastic artwork, designing the ship, discussions of the artists, and it's a great independent book. Top Cow, the folks that brought us the Tick, so it's got to be good. Oh, and Image had some work with it too. So
it only put it on the actual printing press. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, hey, I worry about who develops the art, not who
distributes and profits from the creative slave labor. I got you, buddy. I got you.
But yeah, so there we go, and that was my independent book because I always try to pick up one a week.
It's all independent comics for me now.
Okay, well, what's your independent comic, Lola?
I'll let Phil get his trashy DC books out of the way.
Ew! I was going to recommend you a Marvel book, which you probably didn't even know this happened this week. I know you're going to say no. Cable #3, and I know you don't like young Cable, but guess who gives Cable the business pretty much this whole issue?
If it's not old Cable, I don't care.
Oh, what about King of the Monsters, Deadpool?
Okay. All right, maybe.
Who has old Cable's dead body because old Cable left Wade a note that says, if I ever die, come get my body because he had his time machine and his
it's only that story now. Okay.
So.
Well, we don't have the image inducer back, but thank God we have a time machine.
So basically, a lot of this is just the Wade telling him, be like, yeah, you're not the old Cable when you're not, come back when you hit puberty and stuff.
I don't know. Young Cable gives me Damian Wayne vibes, and I only have room in my heart for one. So.
And it's by Jerry Dugan, who used to write Deadpool. So.
Well, that run of Deadpool, as everybody calls it. No shade, just facts.
Speaking of Damian Wayne, did you hear? I'm guessing this is after Joker War. I guess Tim Drake. Because Young Justice is getting canceled. I guess Tim Drake's coming back as Robin, and I don't know what Damian's gonna do.
Damian can go to damn school. How about that?
I don't know if he's going full on.
Maybe he can get raised as an actual child, and he won't end the world. How about that?
Wait, why is Tim Drake being a Robin?
He was Robin, but
because he has nothing else better to do.
No, but
justice for Wally, justice for Tim.
Shouldn't he be like a Nightwing by this point? I'm assuming this is like, Cub Scouts.
Should he be Purple Robin, Brown Robin, something?
I'm just saying. It's like, I know that Drake is not a good.
The only Drakes I like is Drake's coffee cake. All right.
Like the 50 pounds of
maybe
stuff in your
Drake should
freezer.
like become the agent of Spiral, and then Dick goes back to being Nightwing. And Drake says, "No, actually, it's good. I get to use my own name. I get to shoot people.
I had no problem.
Think this might be a win."
I had no problem with Tim Drake being Red Robin with that costume he had before New 52. Thank you very much.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be a Robin, so. But Damian needs to have a life. Like I just, it's a weird choice Bruce is making as a parent, and I just don't want to support it.
Well, maybe Bruce is finally smartening up and says, "Hey, maybe I should deal with him, like my son and not just another soldier."
Yeah, that would be a great dynamic to see, especially since he's got a stepmommy and all.
Something from Dick Grayson. Thank you, because Dick Grayson's been a better father to Damian than Bruce.
Everybody knows it. And you know what? I always joke that Deathstroke might be his dad, but what if secretly? I know that timeline doesn't work because our continuity's all jacked up.
What you mean, Dick and Talia? I mean,
yeah.
With everyone else.
She could have pulled an Amanda Waller from Batman Beyond and just harvested the semen, and kept it for a future date.
Doesn't Deathstroke have like 3 kids?
Yeah.
There was like a storyline not too long ago where Deathstroke was like,
you knew it wasn't going to be true, but they were kind
of. But what if it was? What if Batman was the ultimate couple? Like, wouldn't that have been the absolute tea? That's the route they should have gone.
Yeah, they were kind of teasing in the last Deathstroke series. They're like, oh, maybe Deathstroke is really Damian's biological father.
Well, to be fair, Bruce is a cuckoo, so.
Because
to be fair.
What?
Because,
because Slade Wilson does get around.
I just think that Damian makes a better Robin in the sense that he's like a teenage kid, and Robin it seems like a teenage character. The idea,
an 11-year-old character to be more specific.
Technically, I think what's Tim Drake supposed to be now? Like 18, maybe.
Yeah, finally, he's been 16 for 30 years. Great work if you can get it.
See that timeline doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, it's DC, Charlie. Don't think too hard about it.
Well, New 52 really. That's their timeline. So.
And then if you don't fully reboot it, don't call it a reboot. It's a rebirth.
Oh, yeah, they don't want to be reboot anymore. But then they just like try to throw stuff in with the crap and mix it up and think they're going to get gold out. So.
And you pay money for it.
In the formula for audio, poop in, poop out. Okay.
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
It is a damn big turn.
Speaking of poo-poos, remember Wednesday, 3 Jokers comes out.
Yep.
And that Daredevil annual, aka Daredevil, One More Day.
More excited for Daredevil than I am 3 Jokers.
I know. I want to see what.
I feel so bad for everybody that's about to spend their money.
So bad. Did you? We can talk about it in super connectivity because I do want to know whatever the book is with this clown killer character.
Oh, he basically showed up for like a page, I think, so far in Joker War. Yeah, he's. Okay. I mean, they really haven't given you any backstory yet. He's just basically.
Don't worry, he's gonna get a one-off to explain his backstory.
We're gonna talk about him on super connectivity. So
okay.
Well, we'll tease some people because I don't know. All I know is like, wait, what now? Someone that's killing. Jokers, and then maybe we'll get a crowbar and meet Punchline and, make my dreams come true. Okay, let's talk about that. That's a question people always ask me, Tristan.
I know it like turned you off, Charlie, but did you get the last issue for now of Harley Quinn?
Oh, I didn't even know that came out.
Yeah, it came out because they were like pushing it as a Joker War tie-in, but there's only like a little short backup story in this that deals with Joker War. Most of the issue is like her in her own head, like basically roasting her, like different versions of herself, roasting herself.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Oh yeah, you would love this. Yeah,
I was illegally parked. I was worried about getting a ticket, and so I ran in. I got my books. I did a quick view. It might have already been sold out by the time I got there. So.
Because, there's a version of her with, in the Super Friends cartoon, and
oh man,
get your chocolate out of my peanut butter.
Whoa!
I'm tired of Harley taking over everything, bro. I'm sick of it.
Well, this was the last issue though, until the reboot.
Yeah.
But
You know what the reboot should be? It should be like little like short stories set in that animated series that's on HBO Max that don't show up on the show. You know, I think that's what it should be. That would be more interesting.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was a good issue. I mean, 75 again, last issue before the reboot, and again, Joker War.
They should have let it go to 100. What are they doing? God,
I know.
I just want to Dick Grayson slap them sometimes.
Whoa.
You know
what? I said Grayson.
Is it possible that like maybe I mean, who's in charge? Like,
nobody's in charge.
I mean, is it? That's the thing. Is like, part of me.
Oh, Jim Lee is in charge. Excuse me, Jim Lee is in charge. So those are totally capable hands on a managerial level.
Because it's sort of this question: is it interference from suits or proactive interference because they're afraid the suits will interfere? And then
at this point, who knows? Who cares? Let it crash and burn. Maybe a phoenix will rise up. Maybe it won't.
Yeah, but I'm actually disappointed I missed that issue. So, I may have to look
I'm sure they'll have an issue or two.
Yeah. Because I mean,
these books aren't really selling like hotcakes apparently now. It's left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. So we'll see how long that lasts.
Okay, Lilith, do you have an indie book you want to plug?
All indie books. If you ever listen to the hit sci-fi comedy podcast, Voyage to the Stars, they made a comic book for it, and it's really funny. The writer is James Amos and Asmus, my fault, and the artist is Connie Datadoni, and it's adorable. I love the podcast. I loved everybody on it. So this is like really cute and fun. So it's like if you like Firefly,
a digital only book. I said, is that available at our local comic shop, or is that a digital only book?
It should be available. It's IDW. So it should be available.
Wait, what was the name of it?
Voyage to the Stars #1.
Okay.
Okay.
So what else did I have from IDW? Give me a second. I didn't organize it that way. Nope, that's Boom. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think that was the only one. Oh no, Transformers 84 Secrets and Lies #2 came out. So it's based on that kind of, that old timey Transformers cartoon continuity.
The best.
So
is it set in 1984 or is it like updated but still the characters?
Or is it in that future date?
No, it's
2005.
It's kind of like a mix.
That future date of 2005.
Yeah, it's like set in that weird continuity, so we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's #2.
What is it? Secrets and Lies?
Yeah.
To be fair, Philip, if a group of highly advanced benevolent aliens landed on the Earth that had interstellar travel, like
2005 would be very different.
100 million years ago, they certainly would have advanced human technology and society by 2005 much farther than we've been.
Why would they share?
Where's my flying car? Where's my flying car?
Lilith, people can't handle cars that drive on the ground yet.
Yeah, Lilith.
I don't care about them. Where's my jetpack? Where's my functional jetpack? Where's my hoverboard? Can we get rid of these fossil fuels, please? Can we at least ban fossil fuel? Can we all drive electric cars
without killing each other?
Or cars that drive on water? Something.
Yeah, Lilith. Yeah,
Well, they
Lilith.
actually have hovercrafts now, Lilith. You can get
How many scars and injuries do you have?
No, it's not a real hovercraft. It's a freaking Segway without a handle.
No. They have hovercraft.
Ooh.
So you can drive on land or water in a hovercraft. You can buy a personal hovercraft. It's not street legal because you can't go fast enough to go on the streets. But if you're on the side
street, what am I 90?
It's a hovercraft. Well,
yeah, we're going to get you a motorcycle with 3 wheels.
What do you want from it? Okay.
I want real.
You want anti-gravitational technology.
She wants flying DeLorean.
Okay, yeah. Then you need anti-gravitational technology that has not been invented yet.
That runs on garbage. Thank you.
To be fair, anti-gravitational technology is not something that may be even possible because we don't even know
what the government wants you to think. But for you Transformer nerds, you should check that out. There's also Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Too Long a Sacrifice #2 that came out. This one was by the Tipton Boys, David and Scott, with the artist being Greg Scott. So yes, I love Deep Space Nine. Y'all know that's my favorite track. If you listen to our Patreon only podcast,
Wait,
Star,
what's the title of it? What is it? Star Trek.
Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Too
Yeah.
Long a Sacrifice, number 2.
Okay.
And we got Odo being a BAMF, and I'm just so here for it. So it's like a murder mystery on the space station, and it's just Odo being Odo, and I love it. I love a good Odo story.
Is this set post season finale or series finale or pre-season finale or series finale?
Pre.
Okay,
so
this
right in the mix.
goes on the bridge.
Oh yeah, because did you see? I guess sometime in the next couple months, IDW is coming out with a 7 to 9 miniseries. I guess, which is going to be set during the show.
Yep.
Yeah. I would actually love to see some stories with Cisco as God. I think that would be cool. I would actually like to see Cisco as the meeting Q after he has been, apotheosized.
I was going to say, Cisco wakes up, he's in the Q continuum.
Oh, I did read a book just for you, Philip, which is or more like you and our triplet, Spider-Woman number 3.
For your boyfriend, yeah.
Our triplet, Spider-Woman number 3. I saw it and I thought of his podcast. I was like, I know he's not going to talk about it just yet, but
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
Spider-Woman, did you like it?
I didn't read 1 or 2 yet, so
okay.
I was just like, I'm missing
I think you'll like it better if you read the first 2. Charlie, you read the first one, right? Is he there? Or is he frozen? Or is he just smiling at me creepily?
I thought I saw him blink. I don't know what's going on. But no, okay, yeah. So it's not the Spider-Woman I'm used to, but I think I can grow to like it.
I'm not liking that new suit, but I'm liking the
It's not bootylicious enough for you?
Well, no, it's just like, like the top part. I mean, it's like they want to do a cross between like Black Widow and Spider-Man. And it's like, I'm like She-Hulk. It's like Spider-Woman really has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and now, I don't know, is she supposed to look like Miles?
But the web verse, the secret life of spiders and all that.
I guess, because I said either her original costume or even that last one with like the jacket. I'd like either one of those better than this one.
Well, you gotta trick the dumb boys into buying it. They don't, those fake nerd boys that don't really know what Spider-Woman's all about. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give it till issue 6 and see how it does. That is the only like major big 2 book that I read this week though. So
okay, but yeah,
call me when Marauders comes back. Like I don't know, Marvel's been kind of losing my interest too. So.
But yeah, like I said, the Daredevil annual's coming out next week. The next
I'm gonna read that for sure.
Coming out. So yeah, I mean, I think there's some decent stuff. Oh, you didn't read Avengers this week?
No, why would I ever? I don't like that team.
Or I know, and I'm sure me and Charlie are talking about Super Connectivity. Maestro #1 came out.
Yes.
By Peter David Hulk. You don't want to read that?
I know. No. I'll let you boys fill me in, and then I'll decide if I want to buy the trade or not. Like that's the thing about modern Hulk is that a lot of the writers like to drag it out.
Yeah, but it's Peter David.
I know, but he still likes to drag it out. They have to by mandate. So I just like to read in the Hulk specifically works better for me in trade.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie's Wi-Fi shut down.
Armadillos made it to Jersey. Go Armadillos, go.
It's all the dead bodies in the river. And
But yeah, no. So yeah, I've really been enjoying almost every single IDW book. Every single Boom book right now is doing really. It's like ticking all the boxes for me.
Yeah.
So
there he is.
Ampersand.
Not yet. Oh, but on that note, maybe we should.
But no, I was gonna say, yeah, I recommend Spider-Woman 3 for Charlie because hey, Charlie, guess where she ends up at the end of this issue?
Where?
Wonder Gore.
Oh, Wonder Gore.
Wonder Gore. Oh, no.
High evolutionary.
So she's just going home to see the wife and kids or the family.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil that ending.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's where she's from. She's from Wonder Gore. She's a Wonder Gorean,
Wonder Gore.
She was originally going to be a hyper-evolved spider, and then someone said, that's stupid. Don't do that story. And I said, okay.
Hey, there's 4 Marvel books I want to talk on Super Connectivity. Avengers, Maestro, Captain America, and Thor. Did you read Thor?
I did not read Thor. I don't know if I can access the those comic shit.
There's a big death.
But I'll talk about Conan Serpent Crown, which is amazing. Again, book Lilith, you might like. I think you'd like Conan Lilith. It's good.
Which one is it?
Conan Battle for the Serpent Crown. It's got Mephisto. It's because he's everywhere.
She probably got turned off when Ben Rowley showed up. What was that, the first or second issue?
I think
Was he in that? Oh yeah. Because they were in Las Vegas, but trust me, he's not really in it at all.
Okay.
In fact, if anything, they only brought him into work.
Is that a chance I'm willing to take?
Yeah.
It was only the one issue, and Black Cat was in there too.
Yes. Oh yeah. But no, this is awesome, and I'm a champion. I hate Nicholas. I hate Nicholas Scratch's unpowered twin. He is lousy and he sucks. And he's like, really? We can make a deal, Mephisto? It's like, yes, we can make a deal. Okay, I don't know if I trust you though. Well, no, you probably shouldn't. I'm Mephisto. Everyone's so stupid.
Mephisto's getting on my last nerve.
Mephisto. But hey, that's why I'm looking forward to talking to Avengers with you, because, man.
Oh, one quick tangent. Sorry, Philip. I know you don't watch Matt Pat. Have you finally successfully subscribed to Food Theory?
Yes. Oh, I love that show. Right? I'm gonna get my wife into Matt Pat through that, because I told her about the Gordon Ramsay versus guy from Chopped, beat Bobby Flay. That Matt Pat versus Bobby Flay, and she's like, "Oh, that sounds interesting." It's like, I know, doesn't it?
Will conquer the world, dang it! Everybody's gonna be a theorist, whether you're a film theorist, a game theorist, or a food theorist.
I'm just telling you right now, Lilith, there is a fourth theory.
It is?
That is yet to be revealed. That is the Matt Pat theory. What will be the fourth theory? Because each theory has a square in his little
I
circle.
noticed that.
And each one is in a different location. So we have red, green, yellow now, which I assume the next one is blue. What will be the blue theory?
Music theory, baby. Because you know he is a Broadway lover. So I think I
was gonna go porn theory, but okay.
He doesn't. If you're a longtime Matt Pat fan, you know he actually doesn't watch that.
I know. But no, I'm interested in what the theory.
I hope it is like Broadway theory of some sort.
It would be cool for it to be the Broadway theory. Although honestly, I don't know how much Broadway lends itself to theories. Especially, because it's not legends. It's not legends revealed, it's theories. And so it's like when you talk about what's the physical qualities of a Broadway show.
What is this called? Jellicles, things like that.
I guess so. I can see it. I'm not saying it's not going to be it. I actually think it might be an economics thing. Maybe economics theory.
History, something like that, because he's like such a multifaceted nerd.
He's honestly, Matt and his team, because let's be honest, there is a team behind him. There is a whole team on the theory.
Matt Pat, we know we mean Team Matt Pat, basically.
Yeah, there's an army of folks behind him doing a lot of the heavy lifting while he's out there being beautiful
forget poor Mrs. Matt Pat that has to put up with him.
You know what? Hey, and they have a baby now.
And the baby Matt.
There is a baby Pat. So we have all grown up with Matt Pats, even though we're all old and we grew up with him when we were old. But my kids are growing up with him, so that's cool.
Yeah, I always want to shout him out because I think he does such a great job, and it's not it's something everybody can watch. It's
really it is, and it's just so fascinating, especially if you are a nerd. If you are a nerd,
Philip, get on the Matt Pat wagon. Get on the Matt Pat wagon and get on the Matt Pat wagon.
Yes, but no, but I love food theory. Everyone who's done so. Oh, you know what I also like is Company Man. That is a good thing, especially if you like economic theory and economic history of corporations. So, want to give a little shout out to some of the other nerds I like. One of them,
Oh, Casually Comics. I think we both enjoy.
Oh my God, Casually Comics. I want to know how she got that scar.
See, unlike CBR, we give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
And that was my one Twitter beef for the day.
Yes. Oh my gosh, no. Casually Comics is amazing, and
I like that she's Canadian.
she is a Canadian. That is lovely about her.
And I love that she's salty, just like me.
And hey, while we're here, let's do a shout out for Awestruck Fox over on Roundtable Vids. I don't know if anyone else. I know that if you're an adult who likes children's cartoons, you might like Roundtable Vids and Awestruck Fox.
Come on, Philip, throw out some people.
I don't know what's going on.
No, Phil reads like books and things,
Oh, he listens to what's a podcaster listening to this?
He doesn't get those like 30-minute snippets of nerd.
I'm not a fancy man.
Okay, now Philip, we can go so you boys can go talk your Marvel on the super connectivity.
Yay!
But stay tuned for the next episode of Nightwing News, where we're going to have a special guest. I'm going to keep that a secret. Not a comic creator, not one of our fellow, Capes and Lunatics or Ray-centric podcasters. So stay tuned.
And not Rob?
No, not Rob.
Okay. Because usually when Rob says, "I've got a special guest for you,"
special.
Rob will say, "Oh, I got a special guest for you," and it's Rob, and it's
I have the greatest guest you've ever heard of. Who? Me.
You mean Molly? Is Molly?
I've never done a podcast with her.
Molly on the show.
I'm almost intimidated to even try to. I don't know. The legend of Molly is too great. I don't know if I could be in the room with Molly. I'm like afraid
at the block party tomorrow. Show up for the block party.
Oh man.
Oh my lord! But yeah, I hate to tell you guys, if we don't rate a Molly Southgate, we're low tier. We're like Rob Southgate level. So
yeah.
Please put me in the pants. You're weak sauce.
So let's get to super connectivity, boys.
Sober it up. All right, everyone. So yes, we threw a lot at you. Drunken politics.
Nerding out about our favorite YouTubers. It's
Matt Pat, yeah. Comics. Lil's love of unnatural love for Keanu. Email us about anything. And fandom, DC fandom is tomorrow. Send us your thoughts on the breaking news. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And hey, subscribe to our YouTube. You don't even have to remember that. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. So yes, you can find your links to the YouTube, all our social media, our Patreon, everything, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio. Go get yourself some great headphones with a lifetime guarantee, and go get Hunt a Killer. Since you can't do the escape rooms now, go get Hunt a Killer. And use the code Southgate for both of those. Get your deal. Thank you, Charlie. Glad you're proud of me. And then go on Lilith's favorite place, Amazon. Pick up Pod Life the book, Volume 1, because Volume 2 is in the works. Now digital and paperback. And,
so how can they get to Amazon?
Well, type in Amazon.com, but...
No, don't do that! That's the loser's way!
I know.
That's not how the cool kids are doing it.
If you want to be a cool kid, you will look in our show notes for the link for Southgate Media Group. It affects your shopping, not at all, but it helps us support this show, the network, and the guy we keep bringing up, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom.
Molly's going to eventually have to go to college, so we do need to help that guy out.
Maybe.
Well, she's smart. She'll get a scholarship.
You're weak sauce.
I think around the age of 7 or 8, she didn't need Rob anymore. Anyway, Lilith Hellfire.
If you nerds want to at me about anything that I've said, or if you want to disagree with me about Jughead being Ace, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, or on Instagram with the cool kids and the hip grandparents at Lilith Hellfire 86 or at Lilith Hellfire 69. Get there from all sides.
First off, who would disagree with the idea that Jughead is ace? That is such a.
There are TV show only people who don't know that he's actually.
Okay, well, I guess the TV show one isn't, or at least he's going.
Demisexual. That's my headcanon. Don't ruin it for me. I mean, who wouldn't be into Betty on that show? Just saying. Willie Reinhardt is bae. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, if you kids would like to write to me in the old-fashioned email way the way our Maz and Paz once did back in the 80s, do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, that's all one word, over there at gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet nothing! Absolutely nothing, because there's nothing I know to live tweet anymore. I don't get CW, Phil. We had a whole conversation about that earlier.
I suggested he could have live tweeted Swamp Thing, but yeah, no.
I would have loved to. If AT&T could have synergy within itself. Say, hey, maybe we should make sure the CW's on the TV networks we got. Like, no. Okay.
We don't want to help CBS. No.
How about no?
No is
they're gonna cut their own nose off to spite their face. You know that.
Well, that face had it coming. Is all I can say. Which is the actual? It's to spite, not despite.
How about no?
Fun fact of translation. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's just what I imagine it to be.
These facts are sponsored by apple juice. Hard apple juice.
And if you agree or disagree with any of this, just tweet me at Charlie Esser. That's Charlie. Yes, SER. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing.
Thank you, Maz. My better half.
The skinny rich friend.
My skinny rich friend. Oh, he is so skinny and so rich. Love that man.
I just gotta spread the rumor that he's well hung, man. Get him a woman. Come on.
I mean, I don't know what I assume.
I mean, I'm sure you don't know every cent he has in the bank, but you call him your rich friend.
Well, he has no children, so he's richer than me.
Touche.
It's like Lois. She's my lady rich friend. So
Who cares for no one? He should be a millionaire. Anyway.
Afro dogs.
For another week, we have been your capes.
Ampersand. Now's the cue.
Lunatics.
We have been your comic book resources.
Give us a shout out, damn it, and I'll stop this Twitter beef.
I'll stop this internet. I'll turn this internet around. Give me.